Hi, this is Team 36, and this is our case study, Chernobyl disaster. Was a nuclear accident that happened on 26th of April 1986. The accident has occurred near the city of Pripyat in northern Ukraine. The accident was a result of a flawed reactor design that was run by staff who weren't properly trained. On April 25th, prior to the routine shutdown, the reactor crew at Chernobyl began preparing for bigger testings, but the power from the turbine ran down too rapidly, so new voltage regulator designed were to be tested. A series of operator actions, including the disabling of automatic shutdown mechanism, preceded the attempted test early on the 26th of April. By the time the operator moved to shut down the reactor was in extremely unstable condition. Workers weren't following the proper testing regulations, and after it appears that the reactor condition is unstable, they kept pushing the reactor to work, which led to the tragedy. The accident destroyed the reactor and resulted in a total of 30 deaths within the first 3 months, and many other later. Large areas of Belarus, Ukraine, Russia, and beyond were contaminated in varying degrees.
The Chernobyl disaster highlighted key economics and business practices that could have minimized the impact of this disaster. Considering robust safety measures would involve implementing strict safety protocols during all working phases of the power plant. Engineers can combine these economics practices with their own methods to further seek these limitations. For that, they must prioritize the safety protocols, follow through with the risk assessments, and implement appropriate safety measures. Furthermore, they must incorporate these lessons in their design and operational practices, which will ensure the safety of those projects.
For data analysis, we are presented with an engineer who witnessed two workers at work who were lacking training, which considered a potential hazard, and he is facing with a conflict. The ethical issues involved are 77.1i and 72.2c. The engineer could either do nothing, but it violates both the codes. He could make them get fired, which might follow 72.2c for avoiding the unsafe situation, but still violates 77.1i for not being fair with the employees. Lastly, he could go through all the process of eternal discussions about it till reporting to the association as a last resort. Since it followed both codes, it considered the best choice. For the legal analysis, we are presented with a legal case between the citizens and the company who was responsible for the Chernobyl accident, which involved a tort of negligence due to the lack of training and faulty machine, and the following is the legal precedent which is most relevant to the case, which is a snail in a ginger beer. For the legal analysis, we are testing if a duty of care was required, where it was failed, and the damages caused. The parties involved are the citizens, plaintiff, and the company, defendant. And as a result, all three tests were proven because the company owns duty of care to the citizens, and they failed and caused the following damages, which are divided in the following categories. As a result, the judge would rule for the citizens' favor, and the companies will be required to pay for the damages.
From this accident, there are numerous things that professionals have learned from and made sure to be never repeated again. Some of the things we have learned throughout the time period after this nuclear collapse is how impactful this accident was to the environment and ecosystem around us, how greatly important nuclear safety, design, construction, and control is, and also how important responsibility and accurate decision making is in such a professional environment. The importance of radiation safekeeping and monitoring is also another lifelong learning lesson, since many years later there is still radiation radiating near the area where the reactor collapsed. Therefore, to conclude, the tragedy of this nuclear collapse affected many people, not just in Ukraine but all around the world, and also allowed us to learn and grow from such experiences by making sure to understand how and what went wrong and preventing such actions from ever happening again. Thank you for listening to our presentation. Please refer to the last slide for our references.